Hi, it's Kirsty from Fit for Dogs Canine Physiotherapy Centre here, and we've got Lisa, our very own AgPack physiotherapist, and we're just going to have a chat because she's been super busy during the lockdown creating a massage for dog owners course. So we're going to love to talk about that. But to start off, maybe why don't you tell everyone who doesn't know you about Canine Fit and what you do?
So, I am Lisa. I'm an ACPAT chartered physiotherapist. I work alongside Kirsty at Fit for Dogs. As part of my business, I have the Canine Fit Clinic, which is where I offer physiotherapy and rehabilitation services to dogs. And I also have EquiFit Physio, where I offer the same but to horses and riders as well.
Yes, you're busy. You're always very busy when you come and do a clinic at Fit for Dogs.
Yeah, keeps me out of mischief.
So what have you been doing during lockdown to help everybody?
Well, I kind of thought that in 5 weeks I'd be very bored, but actually I haven't been bored at all. I spent at least a week of it making my lovely canine massage workshop for owners, videoing it in my living room with my lovely dog. It took a lot longer than I anticipated because I'm not very technologically minded, and there were a lot of schoolboy errors and things, but it's there, it's out there now, which is good. And then I've just been making silly videos of my dog and my horses and posting them out on Facebook of exercises you can do with your own animals. I found the dog is very much less obliging than the horses. So there's actually only 2 videos of Max, but quite a few of the horses. He doesn't really want to play. He just wants to take the treat and go sit on his own bed.
Excellent. Poor Max. I know.
I think he's slightly confused about why we're all at home and we're not going out all the time. But
yeah, Tui yesterday, he was just like, right, you guys can go out now so I can sleep now. Because obviously with the kids being home, they're like, let's do this, let's do that. And so yeah, he's like, right, you guys can go back to work now and I can sleep all day, which would be quite nice for him.
Yeah. I know. Oh, well, I was trying to get Max to join me on the camera, but he won't play. So he's just on his bed.
Oh, bless him. So tell us what the Massage Day for Dog Owners Work course entails. So what's it about?
So I have managed to get it into, well, it's actually 6 sections, but there's 7 videos because one of the videos was too big, so I had to chop it down. But we're gonna run through basic canine anatomy. So I think when you're massaging your dogs, it's nice to know what you've got your hands on, what the main muscles are, and how the dogs work a little bit. And then I run through some signs of pain and discomfort that you might find in your dog, so behaviour-wise, movement-wise, and there's a couple of extra videos on the video of me talking about it as well, things to look out for. And then I move on to a little bit of massage theory, but I've tried to keep that very minimal because I don't really want to listen to me talking with nothing else to see. And then we move on to some basic techniques that they're quite general and they're quite gentle because the idea is for owners to do it with their own dogs rather than it be like a qualification or anything like that. And they are quite gentle, but go through which techniques they are. There's demonstrations of me doing them on Max. There's some other videos of us doing them as well, not just sat in the living room doing them. And then we go through some stretches and why you would stretch your dogs. And then at the end, I've also gone through some common conditions and considerations. So obviously, while the techniques are quite general, if your dog's got arthritis, as an example, they might not tolerate stretching, they might not tolerate certain movements. You might have to just think about where you would massage them. So I've just gone through some very kind of common things at the end to just guide you a little bit when you're doing it with your dogs if they do have issues. The other thing I've set up is anybody that does the course will also get access to a private Facebook group, because I appreciate that when you're just watching a video, it's not very interactive for one, and you can't ask any questions because every dog is so individual. So I've set this up so you can have access to that, and then you can ask me basically any questions or post videos of your dog or whatever, anything a bit more specific than what I went through in the video. So that's that.
It sounds really good. There's loads in it. Sounds like there's information, and yeah, that sounds really good. So what sort of the benefits of canine massage for doing it at home?
So, as an owner, I think one of my major things is getting owners to put their hands on their dogs, because we all think we know our dogs inside out, but actually, when you start looking at them closely and you start watching them and you start feeling them and thinking, oh, actually, they've got a little bit less muscle on one side than the other, or actually, I never noticed that their left hind does a little skip when they're running down the field or whatever. So I think for me, the main thing is getting the owners used to what's normal for their dog, and then hopefully then they can recognise the signs of abnormal, if you like, and be able to get help or advice or anything if needed. That's one of the major ones. But then obviously massage itself has massive benefits. So you're going to relax your dog, you're going to kind of improve their coat and their skin, and help all their body systems basically function as effectively as possible, even just the kind of basic techniques that you can do yourself.
Yeah, there's benefits for the owner as well. So, getting that relaxation and that calm time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of people have still been working during this lockdown, and particularly our NHS colleagues and stuff. So it would be quite nice to come home and put your hands on your dog and de-stress, because if they chill out and relax, then so do you, to be honest. And actually doing some of these techniques on your dog, you just kind of chill out a little bit as well. So dogs will like it, but I think owners will too.
Yeah. And that one-to-one time with them as well, which is always really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for those people that are not working, that have a lot of time on their hands like I do at the minute, it gives you one thing to learn some new skills, but also when your dogs are being very needy and they want to sit on your knee, at least you can do something a bit more proactive and useful than just sitting there stroking them or brushing them or whatever.
Yeah, Tui always likes to get a little bit of attention, especially in the evening. He's just like, come on, let's have a little cuddle and a little massage, and it's quite nice.
I know. Max is clingy at the best of times, but I just went upstairs to brush my hair because I thought I should probably look presentable, and he's just squeaked in the kitchen for the last 5 minutes or so. I've been getting ready. I'm just like, I've not actually left you, I've just gone into a different room, that is all.
I know, and I think now that they're sort of very used to people and us being home and around, a lot of them are going to find it very hard when we do. But I mean, like, Max comes to work with you, which is quite nice.
Yeah, he usually sits in the car, but I think because we're at home a bit more now, he's a bit like, oh, actually, I don't mind this too much. So what he'll be like, I mean, he's been coming to the stables in the car as well, but what he'll be like when we actually are out and about again, I don't know.
Yeah. No, they're all a change of game for everybody as well. So yeah, that's good. Right. So what other questions have I got here? Oh, so sort of how do you set up the environment for massage for your dog?
Well, I would imagine a lot of you will be doing it at home, but to be fair, you can do it anywhere. I actually, because it's been very nice weather, took some videos in the garden as well, which was quite nice when the sun shines. So that was nice, and Max quite enjoyed that. But I think as long as the environment, I would use their own bed, so the bed that they usually, or if you like live on the sofa or whatever, that's fine. But I'd use their own bed to do it on. Make sure it's quiet. Make sure there's not a lot of distractions, noises, things like that. And I would get on the floor with them if you can do that, or get them on the sofa next to you rather than you trying to put them somewhere to massage them, if that makes sense. Because I think you want them to try and be as relaxed as possible and as calm as possible when you're doing it, so you're going to get the maximum benefits from it, particularly when you start doing some of the stretches and some of the I put a little section in there about some kind of passive movements of the joints for those dogs that get a bit stiff and things like that. So they ideally want to be as relaxed and as comfortable as possible doing them, so there's going to be less resistance from the dog, or they're not going to get up and run away halfway through you doing your stretches or whatever.
And I suppose it's an environment as well to come and lie down and have I got feedback. Sounds a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, I did a little bit in there about kind of puppies and things. Every dog is an individual, and actually if you've got a puppy or a younger dog, their attention span is going to be a lot less than if you've got an older dog like Max that literally spends all day lying down sleeping anyway. So I think it's very much what your dog wants to do and how long they want to stay there for, and if they're even up for it, because sometimes you'll sit down next to your dog and they'll just get up and walk away, and that's the times when you think actually there's no point in forcing them to do it if they don't want to do it, because it needs to be enjoyable and relaxing for both of you, really. No point in chasing them around the living room if they don't want to join in.
Yeah, and it's just it's the same as us. Sometimes we do feel like a bit of a massage, but then other, like, you know, from a hubby or something, or other times we'll be like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I do think they're the same as well. And I also think as well, some of the, I mean, like I say, I've kept all the techniques very general and very kind of gentle, but actually you'll find that some of the dogs don't even like some of the techniques either. So you'll start doing something and they'll just get up and walk off. So I think it's just kind of playing around with it and getting to know what your dog likes, and then doing the bits that they do like and the bits that they tolerate. And but then at the other end of the scale, you'll have the dogs that'll have you there for hours and hours, just stroking them, rubbing them, and massaging them and stretching them. So you've got to just kind of have a bit of a cut off as well. But yeah, it's very much up to them, I think.
Oh, it's nice and relaxing, isn't it? So if you guys have got any questions or anything like that, if you just pop them in the comments and we'll be able to answer any of them. So I've got one from earlier before. So Jane, I'm worried about hurting my dog, but would love to do it.
Okay. Everything that's in my video is you are definitely not going to hurt your dog. And I also fully believe that your dog won't let you hurt them either. They are very likely to get up, walk off, move out of the way, show some of the signs that is included in the video, some of the behavioural signs to say that they're uncomfortable, things like that. So I don't think you're likely to hurt your dog. If your dog has any specific issues and that you're worried about, you're more than welcome to just drop me a message or an email and chat to me before you do the course. That's absolutely fine. But like I say, everything is very general and very gentle, because obviously I can't monitor it because I don't know who's doing it. So I need to kind of make sure that it's not going to harm any dogs either.
But I think, as you say, you know, them, and you know your dog, so you know it's just looking out for those little subtle signs as well. And I think if you know they get up and they walk away, you know, it's something that
absolutely. And there is that part in there about recognizing signs of behavior and discomfort, and that's not just, I've kind of focused it on if your dog has pain or a problem, but I suppose it isn't just that. I suppose if you've got your hands on your dog and they start licking their lips or start turning around and licking you or something like that, maybe they're not happy with you doing that. So I think very much watch your dog. I've tried to keep the course in a bit of an order as well, so you follow it through, so then you get to the massage bit after you've done all the bits of anatomy and theory and things like that. Although it is on a YouTube link, and I've looked who's watched what video, who's already done it, and there's been a little bit of skipping through, but that's up to you, I suppose.
That you could go back and watch a bit, or
you watch once you've got it, you've got access to it indefinitely because it is on a YouTube link. I think I can have up to 50 people on this YouTube link, so until that runs out, we have to have a rethink about where it goes. But yeah, definitely. You can go back and watch things again, or you can watch a bit of something, try a bit of something, and go back and see something else.
And as you say, you've got the group, you'll be able to join in with the group if you need to ask any.
Yeah, so there's a group as well. So if you are worried or you do something and you're not sure and you can get it on video and then post it in the group, then I can have a quick look at it and say, actually, don't do that, or maybe try this instead. I've tried to offer some little bits of variations of some of the techniques as well. So obviously more for if owners have got problems with their hands and stuff like that, but also some dogs don't like some things. So there's a few kind of variations of the same technique. And I think I also mentioned quite a few times in the course that if you're doing something that vaguely resembles what I'm showing you, and your dog is liking it, you're very unlikely to harm them. So just kind of go with the flow a little bit as well. They're not going to let you hurt them.
No, definitely not. And we've got another one here from Bruce. My dog is old and loves being stroked. Is massage different?
Yeah, I suppose massage is a little bit more specific and a little bit more tailored to improving the body systems and relaxing muscles and things like that. But dogs are very sensory anyway. So I do fully believe that any sort of touch, so even if you are just stroking your dog, any sort of touch is going to be beneficial and is going to be relaxing and is going to help them out. I suppose if you want to just do a little bit more or have a little bit more knowledge about where to stroke them or how to stroke them or how to massage them, then that would probably be the idea of doing the course. But if your dog enjoys being stroked, I do think they'll get a massive benefit from that as well.
Yeah, and I suppose different situations as well. So if you've been practicing some relaxing massage techniques coming up to November the 5th, you know, if you've already been practicing those before, you could use them as well, you know, to relax that anxiety. As well as massage techniques and is really going to help in different situations.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it's just giving you a little bit more knowledge of, you stroke your dog, and actually some of the techniques that are in there are very similar to kind of a stroking technique as well, but obviously it's just giving you that more kind of knowledge about why you would do it, where the best place is to do it, how quick you would do it, how slow you would do it, how long you would do it, things like that, to kind of to depending on what you want to achieve, I suppose. So it's just giving you that bit of extra really that you can do with your dog as opposed to just stroking them and doing a bit more in-depth things.
That sounds great. Samantha's got one here. She just says, you know, how much is the course?
So at the minute, I am doing an introductory offer, lockdown offer, probably for the next, well, it was supposed to be getting reviewed on the 7th of May or something like that. Although I've heard that there's some sort of update tonight, I don't know. But my thoughts were, whilst we were officially in lockdown until the 7th of May, I was going to run it until then. So at the minute, it's £25, so it's pretty good value, to be fair, bearing in mind that our usual face-to-face courses are £60 when you bring your dog to the centre and do them there. After that, it will probably go up slightly, but it will just very much depend, I suppose, because like I say, on the YouTube, I can only have 50 people on it, so if 50 people buy it in the next few days, then I might not be able to offer it until I find somewhere to put it on my website or something like that. But so it is for a limited time. So if you want to do it at that price, then I would get it done now. And I also wanted to encourage a few people to do something whilst they were with their dogs at home as well. So I wanted to keep it reasonably priced just so people get a chance to actually, not many people have time to come out to the courses when we can hopefully eventually run them again and things like that. So it just gives people that opportunity to do something whilst, one, they might be at home with their dogs and not know what to do with them, and two, they might want to learn some new skills as well.
I mean, the massage day bonus that we do have, everyone gets a lunch or an afternoon tea, so that is an added bonus.
Yes, and it's nice for everyone to be there as well. The only thing that I found with the video is when it's really hard to watch yourself talking about things with no feedback at all from a dog or an owner or a question or anything like that. And two, from a video it is very difficult, and that's why I wanted to set up the little group as well, just so people could have a bit of interaction, because no dog is the same, and dogs do all sorts of strange and weird and wonderful things, and I would just rather people have that forum to say, oh, it's done this, and what do I do, rather than be like, oh, well, I've watched the video, I've done this, but I've no idea whether I'm making a difference or not.
That sounds good. We've got another question coming in terms of massage. How often should this be completed? Daily, weekly?
Max, is that your Max? My Max would sit there and be stroked all day too. I think it's a thing with the name Max. To be honest, like I probably touched on earlier, it's very, very individual to your dog. You can massage them every day. I would say there's probably no limit to it. It is very, very individual to them. Some of them will let you do it for 5 minutes. Some of them will let you do it for 5 hours. There's no real kind of wrongs or rights or anything like that. I would just be guided by your dog, to be honest, or yourself, because you could sit there for half an hour and your dog would say carry on, but you might get a bit bored, a bit like need to go do something else now. So yeah, there is no wrongs or rights really, and like I say, everything that I've included is very general and very gentle anyway, so there's no intense techniques that you only want to be doing a few times or anything like that. It's all very kind of go with the flow really.
Oh, that sounds great. Sorry, I'm just going back and forth because I've got another one. Yeah, so it is. It's really up to the dog, isn't it? You know.
I would say so. I would be very much guided by them. And if you've got a dog that will sit there all day long, then maybe just say, right, we're having half an hour, and that's your lot. Or split it up into a few times over the day or whatever. But yeah, I think it's very much guided by them, to be fair.
And I suppose it probably be better if you had already had like maybe a little walk or something like that, so then you can sort of get some, get them all nice and settled and relaxed and
yeah, you can do it before or after exercise, because you could argue before you walk them, if you're massaging them, you're warming up their muscles and getting them ready, a little bit like athletes, I suppose. There is a little bit in there about sporting dogs as well, and how you can kind of adapt it to them for warming them up and cooling them down as well. But then you could argue as well, if your dog's been for a walk, you start massaging them, exercise can build up toxins and things like that in the muscles. Even if you just go for a walk around the block, dogs are made up of the same stuff as humans. So if the dog's been in the woods or been for a bit of a longer walk, now people are at home and things like that, sitting down afterwards and just massaging them can help remove some of them waste products that's built up by exercise and just relax the muscles and things like that. So you could argue either or, whether you do it before or after it. It doesn't really make any difference. And there's nothing to stop you from doing a little bit before you go out and a little bit when you come back either. So
yeah,
it's entirely up to you and your dog and what works for you, both of you, to be honest.
that sounds great. Cool. Oh, I missed a bit there. Well, Joyce, my dog has arthritis and very slow. Will this help, and how often should I do it? So I suppose we've already spoken about how often should I do it. Would it help a dog with arthritis?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, again, like I said at the beginning, one of my main things for doing this is probably not even to massage a dog, is to get to know your dog and get to know what's normal for your dog. And if your dog has a condition, then when you start to put your hands on them and start to feel them, you're going to start to notice different things, and then you're going to be able to monitor changes. So if your dog has arthritis, you're going to be able to monitor their joints, you're going to be able to monitor their stiffness, see how much muscle they could be losing, find bits that might be a bit sore when you're touching them, by watching their expressions or what you can feel underneath your hands. So I very much think that even just from the point of view of getting to know what's normal and getting to know what's different and how things are progressing, it's going to be massively beneficial. But obviously dogs with arthritis unfortunately have pain, and that's just part and parcel of it, and we do try and manage them as best as we can, but they will be achy, they will be stiff, they will be sore. So some of these techniques are things that you can do at home to just relieve some of that if you've been out walking or you've done a bit of exercise, or if you've got physio exercises, you can maybe do a bit of massage after or before them or whatever, just to maintain them and just to keep them ticking over, really. Again, things to just consider as if your dog has arthritis, just maybe your sessions might not be quite as long, they might be quite short, you might just need to set the area up a little bit more kind of comfortable for them, because they might find just lying for a long period of time quite uncomfortable too. But yeah, it would definitely help. And how often you should do it, we said, go with the flow, go with what the dog wants, go with what you want, what you've got time to do, things like that.
No, that sounds really good. Yeah, and I mean, as you say, I mean, it's not even for dogs that have arthritis or have any conditions. A fit and healthy dog will definitely be enjoying a massage. And I think the other good thing about massage, and understanding your dog, especially if maybe you're going to do this for a puppy or something like that, having your hands on the dog, you're going to start to know what your dog should feel like, and as what your dog should be walking like. And also with the puppies, it's going to help them when they need to go for their health checks or come to physio or high, because they're so used to being touched and massaged, and that's just normal. So when you do see us, then it's quite nice for them, because they're like, yeah, I'm quite used to being massaged and touched or doing these stretches. So
yeah, I suppose the thing with the puppies as well is kind of similar to your dogs with conditions, is that they change so quickly and they grow so quickly. And actually, if you get your hands on them at 8 weeks and then you keep touching them all the way through, you can monitor things, and you can think, oh, they're a little bit different to they were last time. You can monitor how they're developing and things like that as well, just to, God forbid there be any problems, but you might be able to spot them a little bit quicker than if you've just been watching them and just watching them grow up.
Yeah, definitely. Provides that bonding as well, which is always nice for all of us.
Absolutely.
Cool. I've got one from Samantha. Will this help for hip and back pain? quite a German Shepherd, a white German Shepherd.
Oh, I know Will. Yeah. Now you've said that, I know who that is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely will help. Like I say, it's very gentle, it's very generic. It won't treat your dog, so if your dog does have an issue, it's not in the replace of your vet care or your physio or your hydro or your advice from any of your other professionals or anything like that. But it will definitely help manage them, particularly in this time now where your usual appointments are not happening either. So it's kind of doing something is better than doing nothing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because we are finding a lot of been speaking to a lot of the clients, and they are missing the hydro and physio. So
Yeah.
like this for
I've had a lot of I've done quite a few video kind of FaceTime consultations with people whose dogs can't get out to appointments, and the amount of people that have said, oh, actually I didn't think hydro did anything until we've stopped doing it, or I didn't think physio did anything until we've stopped doing it, and then now we've stopped having to stop doing everything. It's a bit like owners are a little bit stuck to what they can do or how they can monitor their dogs and things like that. So we've done quite a few video consults and stuff like that, giving us exercise. I mean, we are quite limited, but
Yeah.
prescribe a few exercises or a few. I showed Will's on a little bit of massage techniques actually when I spoke to her on the phone. So just little things that you can do or that I can show you how to feel or monitor just to keep your dogs ticking over at the minute whilst we're all up in the air about when things are going to return to some sort of normality.
Yeah, no, we will be back as soon as we can be back. We all want to be back.
I know. It's so difficult because I feel really stuck because I've had so many owners, not just the dogs, but the horses and humans as well, saying, this has happened, I've got this hurts, what do I do? And I'm just like, I feel so bad because I'm just saying, well, all I can do is advise you to do this, and then I just got to see how it goes. At the minute, I'm very, very tied to what I can and can't do. And it's quite frustrating, really, because you know that your dog's got a pain, or you know that a horse has got a sore back, or you know that a person's got a back pain, and it's like, can't really do anything at this minute, but sit tight. If we can provide some exercises or a bit of advice, sometimes that's just enough to keep you pushed on until you can see somebody and get back to normal.
Yeah, and I think it's just sort of, just having that chat as well. So if you need to talk about anything, we are here as well. So, and that's always there. So I think that's always quite nice to know as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds really great. So how do they get the massage course? How do they get it?
So what you're going to need to do, because, well, like I said earlier, I'm not very technologically minded, and it's been quite a challenge. So at the minute, it's on a private YouTube link at the minute. I'm working getting it on my website and elsewhere, but so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to directly message me through Facebook or drop me a text or an email or something like that. You need to have access to YouTube and you have to be logged in. So you need to have a Google account or a YouTube account or whatever to be able to watch the videos as well. So basically drop me a message, I'll tell you what's what, I'll tell you how it comes through, how to access it, and send you how to pay the payment details. And then once we've got all that sorted, it's a series of email links to the private YouTube link that YouTube will send you via me if you like, and then I will send you from my email a copy of the course notes, because I did the whole course off a bit of a PowerPoint that was running next to the dog whilst I was showing you the techniques. So you can have a copy of that to follow, because it's not always quite as clear when you're watching and seeing that. So you can follow that through, and also I'll send you the link to the Facebook group because it's not visible on Facebook, so you can't search for it or find it.
Oh, that sounds really good. Sounds excellent. Yeah,
I am working on trying to get it onto my website. So basically, all you have to do is click on it, pay for it, and it's there for you to watch. But easier said than done, actually. At the minute, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. Watch some YouTube videos. It's actually not that hard once you get.
No, it's all right. And actually, I've split it up as well, because I made this hour-and-a-half long video that I was dead proud of. Took me like 3 days to edit it, and then the file was too big and I couldn't get it off the app that I used to edit it to even save it anywhere. So I had to then go back through it and make it into smaller videos. But actually, I think that works a bit better because I've split them up into sections now, so you can I mean, it was always in sections, but it just ran as one video. So now you can get a link to the bit you want to watch, and you can just click on that and just watch that video rather than going through them all.
Yeah, no, that'd be quite good. Then in parts, which will be great.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's 6 parts, but 7 videos, because one of them was still too big, so I did have to split it up. But yeah, you'll get a link to each of them, so you can just click on your email and watch whichever one you want off your phone or off your laptop or whatever. Off your TV. You can put YouTube on your TV, can't you? So
Yep.
so you want to put it on your TV, you can do that too.
Yes, we're watching YouTube, Darwin's Theory of Evolution for the kids for homeschooling. So, yeah, you can watch it on your TV.
Yeah, so, well, that's one bonus of having it on YouTube is you can stream it off your TV in your living room whilst you're sat on the floor with your dog or sat on the sofa with your dog, so it's quite good, really.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good, and being in sections will be great. Cool. So what I can do is I can put we can put the link in the comments to get hold of you.
Yeah.
It'll be quite easy to do. And has anybody else got any questions? I don't think so. No. So excellent. Oh, well, thanks so much for that, Lisa. That's been amazing.
It's nice to see you and nice to talk to somebody other than my horse and my dog.
Nice to see real people.
It sounds daft, doesn't it? But as much as I like my partner, you need somebody else to talk to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Great. Cool. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.
Take care. Bye.